but we still love and laugh. Love talk, let's chat. Love.
Hello, and welcome to Love Talk. Well, when love talks, the world listens. I'm your girl, also ravishing.
And I'm Boogie Time. Welcome back, everybody, for a brand new episode with two amazing special guests, Deb and Duran. They're going
Yes.
to be showing us or explaining to us the source of their love. They're great in the community, building a fabulous community. So let's welcome them to the stage.
Yes.
Aloha, everybody.
How's it going, y'all?
Good. How are y'all?
We are good. We are so happy that y'all are here with us on Love Talk today.
Thank
Mhm.
you for having us.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So, Dab and Dorian, when we first start, we're going to start off with a game. The name of the game is You Sourced It First. And the way you play the game is instead of saying said, we are taking out that word and we're using source. So me and Boogie are going to ask y'all different questions and without looking at each other, without talking about it, really, really quick. If I say, who stays up later? You just have to point at yourself or point at that other person really, really quick. If you get it right, we move on. If you get it wrong, you have to give us a little explanation behind it. And we want the chat, our heartbeats, to like kind of go in on it to say who y'all thought said it, well, sourced it first. Okay. All right. Let's
Ready.
begin.
All
Let's
right. Besides me, who said I'm hungry first today?
no, no,
So
no. Just hurry up. Just
you
I got
yourself or the other person. So I'll go with myself.
so yeah,
Okay.
you point at yourself and Deb
Mhm.
will point at you or however.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
But neither one of us said it. He
I was
ate
up
first.
I was up early. I just grabbed a granola bar and just started my day. So she was still sleeping, so
Yeah.
me.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Without looking at each other, just point at the person who said it first. Who, well, not said, sourced. Who sourced I love you first?
All
Always.
right. Now,
Yeah.
who usually says good morning first? Okay.
Oh,
Wait
okay.
All
for her
right.
to say.
Who texts first after you exchange numbers?
Text first. Who text first after we exchanged numbers?
Well, 10
Like
years
in the
ago.
beginning, 10 years ago? Who text
Mm-hmm.
Damn no. Damn no.
numbers? I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No. Um,
Heartbeats, put in the chat
I
who
mean,
you think
I'll,
texted
I
first.
guess I'll take it. Um, just because it was probably like let's go out to enjoy music or something, and I probably had to reach out to her. She was driving back then in those days. So I don't know. Maybe I reached out first with a text.
Okay, Deb said you did. Okay.
I know that's right. There you go. What's my okay? Who says I'm sorry first?
So
Okay. All
I'm not much for words.
Except,
I'll do any of the extra talk.
except on his
Yeah,
channel.
all YouTube. I'm all on YouTube. Yeah.
Who said let's move in together first?
Uh,
Is mutual.
yeah. I mean, she's the one that. So I guess we will have to do something out here. So, um,
We did that master list.
yeah,
of what
we
it would look like.
basically like she's got like visual dreams of like setting up a homestead the nice way, the right way. And so she downloaded me with a lot of that like 8, 9, 10 years ago. So I was just setting up in Maui, and I finally set it up to a point where she felt it was time and comfortable and set up right. So it was at the same time, I guess.
And
I
we
don't know.
sat down because I didn't know about what is that called? We did that list G something, the Gmail.
Oh, Google Drive. Google
Yeah,
Drive,
we
yeah.
did list after list, and we sat together.
it all
And
out.
what
What
he should look for in a
homestead.
place.
Oh.
Because it would take a lot to get me over here.
Yeah.
And he was
yeah.
over here 2 years before because
Right.
I had a perfect life. To give it all up, it had to be good.
Right. I agree.
I understand.
Yeah. And he did
All
it.
right, sis.
Who usually says let's go out first?
Mhm.
I mean, overall, I think it's me, but I know you want to go out to eat.
Yeah,
and do
because he's
things.
out all the time.
Yeah, like
on his work.
I'm always out busy working, so like I'm pretty much I could stay home all the time, but
And I need to
she's
go out.
always home, so then she needs to get out those couple nights for dinner and get a golf cart and drive around, go to
the golf cart so
you know,
much.
go to the beach or something, So I guess it's her then, yeah.
Okay. Who's more likely to say, let's buy it first while shopping?
I don't buy
No
anything.
hesitation there.
Finds everything we need. I don't buy anything.
And then we split it.
And yeah, like I'll be like, okay, let's do it, and we'll split everything. So
And then
yeah.
he returns if it doesn't work.
You return everything.
No, I take it there.
Oh, I help return. I take a lot of her stuff. She buys a lot of stuff.
We tried. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, to make it all nice and right,
Yeah.
and comfortable, and
Mhm.
so yeah. I just am simple. I could just like have none of the stuff, but I'll be living uncomfortable, and she needs.
He could live in his
perfect-
car.
Yeah,
I don't think
I did that. I lived in the van for a while. So.
Okay. who who usually says I miss you first?
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, that's sweet.
Anything like relationship wise, anything like affectionate wise.
uh-huh. Oh,
Oh. Who is most likely to say we're lost on a trip?
Say it again.
lost.
Who's most likely to say we're lost on a trip?
I mean, I've really been doing trips, but
And this island's too small to get lost on.
I mean, if I'm driving and I know where we're at, then everything's good. But she might think
I don't
we're
know
lost
my way around.
earlier on, but like I'll admit it. Like if I don't know, I'm GPSing everywhere, and if I don't know, I'm
Me
gonna
too.
refer to GPS or ask a
Yeah.
question in the gas
And I've
station.
never driven here.
Yeah, she
I
doesn't know.
lost. It's a long story.
Yeah, but they can't really be lost in Maui, really.
Yeah.
So.
okay. Okay. Who says I'm mad first?
I'll tell her she's mad.
She's
Like, all right, you're a little angry.
it's pretty obvious.
Not tell her she's mad.
Virgo, she wants things to be right and
Quadruple
set up
Virgo.
good. And if any gets off track or gets a little too busy or a little too hectic,
Yeah.
it'll be like, okay, and then I'm like, okay, it's go into calm, quiet, and listening mode for a while here.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Who says let's take a selfie first? You.
Yeah.
I got that. I got that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to do that too. But yeah, if she wants the pictures too, though. A lot of times we get a lot of good pictures when we're out for like a birthday or like
Yeah.
celebration or something. She'll want a picture to send to family and things. So me, I just take pictures all the time because I want to keep YouTube and everything. So.
Mhm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah.
to take pictures.
Oh yeah.
And my last question, you have to have the mushy one.
Okay.
Who says I love you Well, more first. Like I love you more.
Me.
Deb.
Okay.
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 She's the affectionate one.
Actually, yes. Okay. All
Mhm.
right.
Okay. My last one is who says we should leave first at a party?
Yeah.
I'm still at that party, right?
Yeah.
I know.
By
It's
himself.
got limits. Like
And then he could just come home and tell
it's
me.
like a 30-minute or an hour limit.
Crowds are too
Oh
much
my gosh.
Yeah,
activity. It overwhelms me. I'm kind of one of those sensitives. Or
I could just
whatever.
party all the time.
Yeah,
Be at every gathering.
And I'm just like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Store's ready for the food. The pizza. That pizza.
Yeah.
I'm there for all of it.
Yeah.
Food and the drinks too.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the music. That's
Right.
about it.
Got some good music.
Music. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
For
well,
sure.
that was fun. Okay.
Very fun.
All right, so let's get into the real questions.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, first question. What challenges did you two face as a couple when relocating, and how did you overcome them?
As a couple
Like-
or by ourselves? Like
As a couple.
yeah, because he moved here before me.
Yeah.
So he
Mine wasn't too challenging just because I decided Maui and I just got everything into a luggage, a backpack,
one suitcase.
a little laptop case, and just flew over and found a work trade spot that let me stay there. That was my challenge right there, just making sure I got a place right away when I got to the island. And
then I visited like
yeah,
3
she
times.
visited a few times, but then yours.
But
yours
when I
was
came
more
over,
challenging.
I was huge because I gave up, my car, my cat, my close friend group. I had lived alone for 18 years. I've been married before, he hasn't. But just to get here, I came with 3 suitcases, which was nice because we're both kind of
Yeah.
minimalist that way.
Sure.
But it was a huge change, and I went to my family first to make sure I wasn't making a crazy decision. And and he got the good place for us, great and everything. And then his adjustment
Right.
to live with another person. He hasn't
Sure.
hardly, and I haven't had roommates or ever lived with a partner in many years. So, but we did good. I think we've adjusted good. We have a good pattern
Yep.
going and everything.
Good.
Yeah. So it
Um,
was interesting.
that's inspiring too because definitely at some point I'll be relocating too. It just makes more sense. So my boyfriend's in Louisiana, in New Orleans with my sis. So definitely,
It's
thankfully my job is I work from home, so I have more
Oh, that's
leverage.
good.
I could, yeah. So
Yeah.
like and just overall he already has a home down there and all that stuff. So it'll definitely, in terms of who's gonna move to who, it'll definitely be me coming there. So
Right.
it's just interesting, and I'm happy to hear y'all transition went well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like the first year, like they say, is a little adjustment
Yeah.
just to see, because he's used to, well, we were both used to being single, but I was already retired
Right.
because of health issues for a long time now.
Yeah.
And he's younger, and we don't have the same energy where you're more the age of your boyfriend. You'll probably match better, but it was a big adjustment because I kind of came out of retirement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, yeah.
That's how you stay. That's how you stay young.
Mhm.
Come out of retirement.
There you go.
I don't know, or die early. I'm not sure.
Okay.
No, but I'm
Next
tired of
question.
and it's good, especially since we took on the proper. We've been here
Yeah.
5 years, and then the first year was good. It was adjustment between his work schedule and changing it to having
Right.
a partner and not coming home at 9 at night, and then
Wow.
that was going well. And then we kind of got, I don't want to say talked in, but slowly pulled into this property manager.
Right.
And
So,
yeah, that's been the most challenging, I think,
Yep.
for us. And then he added YouTube again.
Yeah.
But I knew the minute he went on, I knew it because I was with him all through what was it, Facebook Lives, and he
Yeah, I
had
used to
this
do
whole. He's really
Facebook
good at
Lives.
building community. It was a more spiritual thing, and I would sit with him every morning at 9 when we were together because we lived in the same town. So often he'd be at my house. We'd wake up and do. I'm like, why is I got to be at 9?
Yeah.
And then I'd sit there, and it wasn't my deal, and I'd just be here like a little head on his shoulder.
Yep.
So like,
Oh,
I know,
that's sweet.
fun, and I got to meet just like now with YouTube.
Right.
But when he said he wanted to start YouTube, I'm like, honey, I just knew.
Mhm.
I go one show a week.
Yeah, right.
Look
It
at this. Yeah, right.
So we have a very busy life here.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this question is for Source.
Okay.
Source, your YouTube channel focus on spreading love. What originally inspired you to start creating content around that message?
I mean, it's who I've always been. Like, I grew up in a very hippie kind of cool, like diverse town, and it was all like I was peacemaker of the month every month growing up. Like not every month, but I was a lot of times I won that award at my school, and just always we are the world, we are the children, make it a better place. You know, kind of like my heart, you know, and so say 10 years ago or like around like 2011 2012 I like had my business and I had like a whole spiritual awakening um and like you know I just moved towards more and more towards love and peace and how can we create a world in which humanity lives together as one, heaven on earth, paradise on earth. And I worked many years like 2011 to mostly to like the next 5-10 years I worked on projects to try to bring in that better world and got a lot of momentum going. But then Maui grounded me as I really settled into the job working in local produce, and then she came over and we got the home base to keep going, property managing and all that, and the partnership is also a job too to keep that good. So it's a lot of I couldn't do all that, but then when YouTube I saw it clearly with DoDash and the opportunity to monetize and to build a business around myself.
See, already so
YouTube
good
and live streaming and video and social media and I just want to build a whole enterprise around the message, you know, unity and together to support each other and let's build so we could live our best life, our dream life. And within that space, when we're all monetized and doing well, we can really focus on the world at a higher level. I figure a lot of us would naturally do some good in the world. So
Yes.
Would you say that because so I used to have a coworker who always wanted to move. She was fascinated with Hawaii. And she would talk about the people a lot, like how it's just the whole energy was different, like from America and all that. So would you say that moving to Hawaii like further cultivated your values? Because I know you say you already were nominated Peacemaker each month and all that stuff and already had a thing for unity, but do you think it deepened your values moving there, or would you say it was about the same?
for me, it's just it's aligned. It's an alignment. For me, I got to an island where I immediately got my hands in the dirt and helped with permaculture on the land at a conscious community. And 6 months with that community, they got me really like they showed me around the island and connected me to a lot of really good things happen on the island. So I got that full tour of everything and then yeah, it was like drum circles, you know, and dance events like conscious dance and festivals, Earth Day festivals, and a lot of these different like conscious gatherings, intentional gatherings, and then some gatherings of like-minded individuals where we come together and talk about how to bring in a better Maui, like what what could Maui be if it's not too touristy and it's more natural and clean and not too toxic, you know, like minimizing the toxicity that the tourists and locals, you know, can mess the island up a little bit if we don't keep our reins on it all. So I've always been like that, a project oriented, like love and peace, like how permaculture, like the land and the air and the waters and, you know, all that sort of thing. So it's just a smooth transition for me. I mean, I don't know if you want to answer it too.
Yeah, and when he first got here, even before I visited, he's had several people through the years that he was already connected to in his other program
Right.
here. So that's
Yeah.
cool. But then eventually
Yeah, they
most of them have gone on, but they will come
Right.
back and visit.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool.
Change makers or light workers, like there's people
And
like
then
all of us, really.
we're
Yeah.
so different, but we both have the same knowing of
Yeah.
the whole thing and with
Right.
the land and people. I'm more one on one or one on three, and he's
Right.
more group.
Group, like
Mhm.
But he's and Maui, the energy of Maui itself is amazing.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
that's what I've heard. Okay. Oh.
Here comes the butt.
so much. I've lived in Sedona. I've lived in a lot of spiritual communities and different things and places. And it starts out one way. And when it's discovered, sometimes, it
Right.
overtakes. So right now it's kind of sad in a way because the land's still here, the
Right.
locals are still here, tourists are still coming, but we're just like not just like everyone else. But since the pandemic, then the fires
Yeah.
really
Yep.
changed. And it's very hard, like everywhere. The housing's different, the job market's
It's
difficult, the
expensive, yeah.
crime's up, the fires. This island used to be so lush,
Right.
and whatever
Drying out.
has been happening,
Yeah.
there's fires all the time, and it's dry.
Yep.
Mm.
So I feel it crying
A
to
little
us
bit of
to stop
crime, a little
and
bit of,
let it rejuvenate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is wonderful, and there's still a lot of people with
Yeah.
Aloha, and we already kind of lived Aloha, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
coming here,
Yeah.
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 That's beautiful.
Next question. How do y'all balance creativity and business while maintaining a loving partnership?
Challenging, but we do it because
Yeah.
we're so different. If we're gonna do a project together, something simple in the house, and I'm the feisty one, remember, and he's pretty calm. But I'll go. I'll think it should be done one way, and he thinks the exact opposite every single time. But then we talk about it, and then we try to figure out whose idea is best. And sometimes he'll go with mine, sometimes I go with his. So
Right.
if we listen to each other, and it takes a while, and sometimes it might be till the next day till we figure it out. But we always are both trying to work
Yeah.
to get the balance and to figure
Yeah.
it out.
And like she's got like the home base here, like she's got it managed really well with the schedule and everything.
So
And
busy.
and then like I've got YouTube, which is like
Well, we
it's
got
like
to
this
schedule that
side
in it.
this side thing where I'm
Yeah.
creating all this what,
And he
what we're
works
doing.
full time.
So then it's like she's got the task of like keeping
Pulling
it
it all
keeping because this
together.
has to the home base, the partnership has to be number one, of course. So then
Mhm.
I find time and space to do the YouTube, but she makes sure to schedule it all in so we can still go out and eat.
And football.
And now we
going out
got
to eat,
football, and
and taking
but we
Football.
still watch our shows,
tennis,
and we
and
still
the land.
go out to the beach with the golf cart and
Yeah.
do our
Yeah. But we
responsibilities.
haven't been on vacation a long time, so I'm
But, yeah.
hoping next spring maybe when when it's cooler here, because we'll go for a couple days. We
Right.
get free rooms because I've got this credit card with points,
Right.
and we did it.
All right.
And it's just across the island, but I get away from the home,
Right.
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Yep.
But it's going to be hard to rein him in to
Mhm.
not videotape every single thing we do.
I'll get some content out.
Some things have to be sacred. So
Mhm.
I'll get
Yes,
content.
that is true.
remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I'll
It's
get
Not
true.
everything is for YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I understand, you're a content creator.
Relationship. If they say they get along all the time, someone's lying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's that's
Absolutely.
true.
I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
hairdresser for years. I have heard it all, and I've seen it all. And now I've lived a lot of it. So it's relationships and communication, all that. And I think that's what we're all here to learn how
Yeah.
to do. First, in ourselves and understand
Mhm.
our inner voice and not lie to ourselves, and then to be open and authentic with each other, whatever partnership you have with them.
Right.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Would
Okay.
would you say that you guys I think I know the answer to this, but learn from each other because I mean, Deb, with your communications background, with radio and Source, you with just being a peacemaker, wanting unity, working on different projects, enjoying different projects, like and being more at the forefront, more leader. Or with you, with the background, with the communications, like have y'all learned from each other's like different skill sets?
Yeah,
Would you
but
say?
he had the video, and I'm really good at the one-on-one. So when I first met him, I'm not sure he would have been at the point where he could
Right.
do an interview for real 10 years ago, because he was more mission oriented and the goal, and the communication with him one-on-one wasn't always there. And I got the message when I met him, when I was walking across the dance floor. This is after I met him, and I got a message loud and clear, like it was so loud. It said it didn't matter what your relationship was, he had a big mission, and that I was here to support and help with his communication. And he's great. He don't really need my help anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm not really the producer, by the way. We wanted to say that.
Ah.
He calls me
Okay.
that 'cause I'm bossy, but
Oh.
and I look over everything and I help.
Yeah.
But like I think Poetic Tears
Everybody's
should be our producer. She's in
Everybody's
there
doing
doing. I don't even know how to do all that, and I can't keep up on the chat. I'm lucky if I get to say hi to everybody when they say hi back. I don't do anything. He really does everything on his show. I just organize, do the calendar, try to keep an eye on the chat. And I'm sorry y'all
Right.
hear me in the background because I'm in the next room. And now his mic picks me up more. And I'm like, hey, because I want to make sure, because he's so far behind the chat, that he sees something.
Yeah.
We
That's
like
good
to hear you in
teamwork.
the
Yeah.
background. Deb.
Love it.
Yeah. I'm
Has,
not really the producer.
has our audio been good? Because
Oh,
I,
yeah,
I
you
didn't even
forgot to
plug
put
in the
the
mic
mic
yet.
on. Oh
Has
my
it
Oh
been
No,
yeah.
you're perfect.
We're all
Yep.
right?
Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, I
Sound great.
we need to.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
We
But
were
yeah, I've learned from her a lot too. Like from the moment I met her, there was a knowing
Me
that
too.
she's done her spiritual work and she understands how things work, like from a spiritual perspective. That we're living this human experience, and so that's why we locked in like immediately in my experience. So like I've always she'll tell me like if there's anything spiritually happening, anything with horoscopal,
Oh yeah, because I used to.
anything with astrology, anything going on in the cosmos,
Or any
anything going
instincts
on
I get.
on the earth that news related, she'll always try to keep me informed of everything.
Or I'll be
Um,
feeling it. and
she'll
it's just-
feel it, yeah, in the body. So I'm always I don't take it all, but I listen, I hear everything, but um, and uh, and then everything from like setting up this home base and setting up a good simple life that's organized in a good way,
Kind of simple.
like that's all been her for all these years. And then just regular day to day like feedback on any topic at any point. So I'll learn like there's these bees, these wasps that come and just start
Yeah.
setting up nests, and
Oh.
she's got ideas about how to handle it, and I'm just like, oh, whatever, just whatever, just throw it away.
Yeah.
She's like, you got to do it this way, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
okay.
He
A
knows
week
they
or two
have
later, I'll
things.
learn.
Yeah,
Oh,
then he'll
oh,
really.
there is actually a way, a reason why, So other than that, I'm just okay. I'm just gonna handle this. Done.
But when we met, it was kind of amazing because we were at open mic night
Yeah.
and we're both sitting separate. He's at a big round table over there and it's dark and there's a band on, and I'm at the
Right.
big round table over there. And I looked over and there wasn't hardly anybody there yet. And I looked over and my first instinct was, he's like me. And
I
something
had the
about
same
the way
same words in my head too. I had the same words. She's just like
that
me.
night, because
No.
I never walk up to people.
Yeah.
But then I just noticed him. But then I just went on. And the next week, because it was every week, on the day my brother died, not the day, but the anniversary of his death, which I thought he might have had a hand in it too. He came over to my table and he had this annoying friend with him. And then he was talking to me, and he said, from what I said, he knew he didn't have to depart anything. 'Cause and we were on the, and I really liked him. But by the end of the night, not only had he got us into a table band at our, and he was trying to get me up on stage, and I don't like to be up on stage. And then after that, the end of the night, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think he's even more psychic than I am.
Just channeling.
He turns to me, we're alone, his friend's finally gone, and he puts his little pinky in mine like this. I don't know what the hell he's doing. And I go, what are you doing? And he goes, we're married. And his eyes lit up, and I don't know this. And I went, what? You got it? No, it'll never work. I have commitment issues. And then he goes, so do I. And I was like, and then he went around for months telling everybody we're married. And my friends were coming up to me going, that guy's married. And I'm like, so I used to tell him, quit telling people that. And we were getting to be more friends.
Right.
And then when he quit telling, finally, months later, I was like, okay, I'm wrong. Keep telling him.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh,
saw something that he wanted, and he went and got it.
yeah.
That's what that was.
I've been
Year to even take him
Right.
seriously.
and I'd just been on the spiritual path and just like traveling around, and like I had
And I've
these
been on it for years.
I had
before he
spiritual
was born.
spiritual partners from 2012,
Yeah, he did.
spiritual partners all the way through meeting her there, and like I just like lock in with the spiritual partner for those times and for as long as
And
it
I
went.
just
And then
play
the
around.
next one had, and so when I met her, it was like a knowing that she is like the younger version. Like I did a lot of spiritual work. Okay, this is my new spiritual partner, like knowing kind of thing. So, and then and then we just kept going out to music.
Yeah, music was the
and
thing that.
I would
Yeah.
drink drinks, and you had some drinks too.
Yeah.
And we just kept hanging out for a
And
while.
then I finally stopped it.
Stopped
because
going out to the
that was
bars.
Like my second or third go around partying in
Yeah.
my years because I'm much older. And then I was like, dude, I can't keep up with you. I can't do this anymore. So then
yeah.
he finally gave up. He kept trying. And then he goes, well, can I come over?
Yeah.
And I said, yes. And that's what.
And then we just watched movies and
Oh.
eat chips and whatever and
Well,
eat
Yeah.
or
when
whatever.
you know, you know.
Oh,
So we
You
did
know,
that.
you know.
Bars and the
yeah, and then a
whole-
year later,
Just kept
I
going,
really
yeah.
got. But then when both my parents died and he moved to Oregon, I didn't. I went through this whole thing. It was probably good he wasn't there because I didn't even know what to mourn, But
Right.
then he came back unexpected to me because he said he heard my name, a voice, and he came back and it was good to see him. But I figured he's going to move to Hawaii. But then the fires hit in
Yeah.
where we live in
Ojai,
Ojai.
California.
And he rescued me, my cat, and my girlfriend from the fires.
Yep.
Oh.
Drove the woman's BMW and escaped down the only road you
With
could to
planes on
get
both
away
sides.
and out of there. And then we went up the West Coast.
So that's kind of when we
You know.
really locked in. And then,
Right.
so then when he went to Hawaii, we FaceTimed every night and
Right.
I visited, So that was really where it locked in this, like, this is supposed to really be.
Yeah, it's meant to be. Yeah. Great story.
Sorry, that was
No,
long.
no, you're fine.
But wasn't one of the questions? I don't think I.
This next question is for Deb.
Oh.
Deb, hosting and being on the air.
Mm-hmm.
By hosting and being on the air, have you found new ways to express your how I want to say this, your verse?
It wasn't. I read your question when you sent them, and I really thought about it. And you know what? It was nothing to do with being on the air. By the time I got it, what really my biggest education was being a hairdresser in people's auras, listening to stories, feeling the energy. A lot of things happen. And that's when I also went to psychic development class and all these things. So that I've always been good at one-on-one. What got me better in the general public, which was a big stretch for me at that point, is when I worked at the Five Diamond Inn. They took me on as their first intuitive there ever. And I work with colors, even though I'm pretty good at astrology too. And I not only had to do the readings, which I got really good at. You know, that was kind of natural, but I had to give classes at the five-star resort to people that knew nothing, mostly them. I had to teach them about color and frequency and what it even means when you go to the closet and you're not thinking about it, and why do you select a certain color to wear that day. And I had to bring it all in and explain how our human field is only really limited to a small frequency and there's so much more. And then I did the color readings, and they used to say about me, because the place I worked didn't know what to do with me. They'd never had. And one of my biggest supporters there, that was one of my bosses, would go to the meetings and everybody would talk. They say, look, I used to sell radio air, and this girl can sell reading colors, and everybody loves it and nobody understands it. We got to support her more. And so that was like my biggest education. And they did start promoting me, got me on TV, or I might have done that myself. I think I did that myself, but they had me in spa magazines. So by the time I retired, I had to, because the veins in my legs were bleeding out. I've had a few major weird physical incidences, and then when they happened, it would change my course. So when I started feeling better, I changed my name to my stage name, because I didn't want to mess up my disability. And my parents were still alive, and I lived in the town where I worked. So I just didn't want my name out. And I went on, and it was easy peasy by the time I got on radio. And then when
Oh.
I wasn't as comfortable in front of the camera. Like when I was on TV, it was freaky. And then, but then he's so comfortable with it. And then he taught me, like even some of the videos when I did his beard shave, I'm freaking in my nightgown and my hair looks like shit. But it wasn't about me, you know, it's just to do the thing. And so he got me really comfortable with that part
Yeah.
of it.
I
Yeah.
can tell you're very, very comfortable.
I
Yeah.
know, too much. So I think I'm very, very, what do you call it? Say no filter, you know, and I'm just, well, so I think I'm more challenging for him than he is for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he's pretty easy guy. He's exactly what you see, you know, on the thing.
Yeah, it brings out more who I am, my personality. Like otherwise, I'm pretty bored, just like working all the time. And then
Yeah.
of course we've got our shows and eating together and our normal stuff, going to the beach and stuff. But
It
to
is,
really my creativity to express that, like
yeah,
I just want to be creating all the time and yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to really quick, Kindy K all day.
there we go.
She says this is a great collaboration. She sent a super
Oh,
chat,
Awesome.
oh, shout out to Candy K.
as well as Mama Bowman living life. She
Shout
also
out to
sent a
Mama
super
B.
chat. Thank you guys for the support and everybody that's here watching.
Yes.
Thank,
Yes.
Thanks,
thank you,
everybody.
you too, also.
I see you all. Yes.
We're happy to be here.
Mhm.
So I want to ask this question to you all, to both of you. How do you two handle disagreements or moments of stress together?
I'm the loud one, and he's the quiet one. And then I tried to get him talk. Sometimes I wish he would talk more, and then I would shut up. But we go through the kabang if there is one.
Yeah.
And then I settle down, and I'm big on physical touch. And so that always helps me ground in and be connected. So we do that. We just lay with each other. And then after I come down, we talk, and we always resolve it. We never go to bed angry,
Mhm.
all the things
Yep.
they say.
Right.
But he's not, you know,
Mhm.
I don't even can remember when he's been mad at anything, or if he is, or he's frustrated. It's
He just
in
don't show it.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
just think about stuff like she said earlier, like if we're working on a project and she's got the one way to do it, and then
Mhm.
I just want to go and just take care of it without even having, any planning. I'm just like, oh, just go take
Yeah,
care
I'm
of it.
the
Done with it.
planner. He's
And then she'll come in and she's like, no, it has to be done this way. I'm like, all right. And then if I do see she's got an answer, a way, then I'll like, okay, let's try it. Let's do it that way. And
But often I'll
if
go.
I have
"You're
something,
right."
I'll say, no,
I'll
I've
say,
got a way. This is
yeah, he was.
this is what I do at work. This is simple. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make this
And then I'm
box
like, oh, you're right.
Mhm.
box just like that.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay. Well, that works. It's done.
So we just straight back and forth,
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
glad Deb said that, y'all don't go to bed without discussing it, going to bed mad. Because that's something that me and my husband don't do. We don't go to bed mad. Like if
Right.
we have a disagreement, we have to finish it before we go to sleep that night.
Like,
Like
like,
we're not gonna go to bed mad and you turned this way, I'm turned that way.
it used to be 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. type of
'Cause
talks,
we
but
were-
now at least we go to bed earlier. So at 12:30 a.m. was the recent one. What I'm fine.
Instead of 11
I'm used
when we go
to
bed.
working with less sleep, so I'm just like, okay, this is gonna pass. I'm just gonna listen, be present,
Mhm.
and I don't have much to say, but we're gonna get this resolved, and
Yeah.
it's there, and then it does
And
pass.
it's usually
Yeah.
just
Make adjustments.
because
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's a lot going on here, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
need his help with a lot. But we're looking in the future, hopefully, to have our own place and then not
Right.
be property managers.
Right.
We're working on.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot though. Property managers,
From
that's a
going
lot on somebody.
there, that is a full-time job.
Yes.
And they think, and because I'm here all the time, and they all know it, and
Yeah.
what do you call the
Tenants,
the
neighbor,
landlord? They just think I'm doing nothing or that I don't need my rent. They don't think. And then, so I've been really having to learn boundaries even better than I already did.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
through here, and me and us
Hey,
and the
sit there,
landlord
Trev.
have learned to work
Oh.
together really well.
Oh, 5 gifted memberships at the source. Thank
Oh.
you today.
Yes, thank you, Sadesh.
Oh.
Thank you. I couldn't pronounce the name, but thank you also. Thank you
Gifted
all.
5 memberships.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, she gifted you 5 memberships.
Wow. That is so sweet.
Y'all are showing up, showing out. Thank you.
On her support day too.
Oh, yeah, she won her
a
own day,
support
too.
Day next
Yep.
week.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool.
cool. Well, we're
Right.
doing good. I didn't think we'd good. So we
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
So
What-
I want to ask y'all, do
Yeah.
y'all see love as a spiritual force or energy?
both.
Yeah.
But
Both?
because
Good.
ours is like just a knowing, it's not
Right.
even a mental. I can't explain it. Like I know he loves me, and he know. And I had lots of visions when we first met. I'm pretty sure the weirdest one. I don't know if I said this public because sometimes I get. When you first wake up and you're not all the way awake, that's usually when I get my biggest messages, but you're not really awake. I got shown because I had a crush on somebody else. It wasn't this guy.
Yeah.
And I got shown it, and I was actually arguing in the stream a little, but I got shown that I was supposed to be with him. And then what I was shown is when our hearts touched, there was like explosion, and we created a new universe.
Cosmos.
And
Yeah.
I kept saying, no, you can't mean Doran. You mean this other guy. But it ended up, it was absolutely right. And the more we were together, it just was more obvious and more obvious. And I really, if we ever ended, we'd still be friends, but I don't think we will end. And then also, I would not want, this is the best guy I've ever been with. They're the best.
Oh,
Ever want anyone else.
Mhm.
that's
That
right.
Source.
That's right.
Love it. Love it.
I'm a good guy, but for relationships and stuff, I just don't.
He
I don't
hasn't
know.
done him that much.
I'm into like the spiritual partnership and like
Yeah.
we work well together, so
We
we're
do.
creating
We're a team.
together. So to me, yeah, love is all there is. There's truth to that if you know it.
Yeah.
Everything, everyone, and everything. You kind of have to look through a lens of love and paradise and heaven on earth is like all that is. You have to like know it and speak it and visualize it and everything in your being. And you have to be like a whole and complete being.
Yeah.
Like if you are both whole and complete beings, then you can just really coexist and work well together and create together.
And when I first met him, he was around, when I was around 30, I had this big thing. I had a few human teachers come through my life, And this one guy kept saying, I was here to help a lot of people, just like I got told about him, a little different. But, and I was so out of body and very spiritual and a lot of abilities. When I met him, I just said, has anyone ever told you you're out of body? Now, remember, this was 10 years ago. And he goes, yeah. And so
Yeah.
I'm a Reiki master and all that. So I worked on him. And from his accident, because accidents can shove you right out and it's hard to come back in. And he actually, his energy was flowing pretty good, but all the things he was saying was exactly me at his age.
Yeah.
So
my
we've
30s.
gone through. So then I think him being with me, he's expanded my awareness. And I used to say my life is boring, which I want again.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I always thought he brought a lot of excitement. But for me, I've seen him grow so much and he's definitely grounded more. I'm definitely a mix between grounded and spiritual, but he is too now.
Yeah.
He,
I
he,
was
he was way.
I was for years there just
Way.
like floating around like with my focus on paradise on earth and
Which is-
meeting the others and sharing our visions and our blueprints of how to bring in paradise on earth. So for years I floated around and stayed in vans, I stayed in people's
Which is
couches.
fine.
I work traded on the land at different places.
Yeah.
I just kept
That was
flowing
good.
for years, just kept flowing around like that. So then yeah, to ground in when I met
and
him,
he
everything,
did it,
so.
you know. Said I saw so much potential in him, but I've known so many people in my life and no one has lived up to it or surpassed it. And I got it on this truth. He's surpassed. He's amazing.
Oh, thank
Oh, that's sweet.
How do you think you, for both of you, protect the idea of paradise on earth? And, because there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of things on social media, there's a lot of things threatening our peace and our hope and mocking anything that's positive. So, how do you guys really stay true to your values, and no matter how they might seem to the negative world?
I think we just ignore them. It's like
Well,
it's
yeah.
my heart. It's in
Yeah, to me, like the body is the temple,
Yeah.
and we are our own paradise, our own heaven, being, and so like it's key to keep positive thoughts and positive words,
Yeah.
and if I
Mhm.
get a high frequency and hold that positive vision of
And
the
see
future,
beyond the
and then try to do the right thing with positive deeds and actions. So like the news, a lot of the outside is the distractions. So like she'll stay tuned into a lot of things
But
going on in
just
the world.
the headlines,
But, like-
mostly local.
And maybe a different woman to man, because like she wants to really feel and connect to a lot, and I just stay
Get
in that
transformed.
heaven, and I just stay on my path and just do my thing. I don't pay any
Good.
attention, but she'll keep
Yeah.
things that are happening in the
Big
world
thing.
or local
I'm
things.
more into local.
So but she'll actually get frustrated, like, look what's happening over there, and but then we just let it
Yeah,
through,
then
and
you just
let it
got to
go.
pick good energy towards it,
Yeah.
and there's a reason why it's happening, and we don't always
Right,
know
exactly.
why.
Yeah,
And half
exactly.
the time I feel it, and I think a lot of us are here almost energetically to have to transform
If
it.
there's something-
if there's nothing we
If
can
there's something
do.
physically we could do to address, like I'm always trying to solve all the world's problems, but there's like many heavens.
Yeah.
So it may be their heaven, but it looks like hell to us because
Or their
we've
lesson.
chosen a certain
Yeah.
heaven for ourselves. So yeah, their lesson, their experience, their karma. People are experiencing different things, and we can't really take that away from them. If God is working over there in certain ways,
Mhm.
over there in certain way over here, so we just gotta keep creating our own heaven and agreements and.
Like he's good with the trolls, and
Oh,
a lot of people that do that negativity,
Need
they,
it. Oh,
they aren't thinking for themselves, and they are getting wrapped up to it, and then they're projecting. So
Yeah.
it really has nothing to do with us.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm the same source. I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
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 I don't put certain things on my mental.
Exactly.
Right.
And if it's nothing positive,
Uh-huh.
I don't bring it nowhere close to me.
Right.
So
Right.
like the news and negativity and all that, I do not watch it. I do not listen to it.
Some people say we're bypassing, but hey, whatever works. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it's good
I
to
have
feel.
to protect my peace.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I had an ex-boyfriend who would talk about watching the news and stuff. And okay, I understand a certain awareness, but I'm like, it's good to know certain things going on, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So why, threaten myself or threaten my sanity or my peace consuming that all day long, talking about the same stuff. They're hyping things up.
Yeah.
They're highlighting certain things that are less positive. You know, I mean, so yeah. So I used to definitely have that
Oh, for sure.
debate.
Well,
I'm like, but yeah, I don't watch the news either.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
queen of local, because even
Yeah.
when I lived in California, he's out on the road all day long in Maui.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have a
Keeps-
thing called Facebook Maui 24/7.
Right.
And it's better. We don't have TV news. And
No news.
on Google News, if I look at anything, I'll look at the headline and I see, oh, it's that kind of day, and I turn it off. I don't pay attention to YouTube much either because I don't want to tune into everybody's world. I just
And
don't want to.
the awareness that
And then I'll tell
be
him,
prepped.
oh, there's a fire over there. Oh, this road shut down. Do you know that?
Right.
Just so he's aware when he's out driving. Plus, now
The
I had to
greater-
learn how to do it in California when we had our first bad fire. These are things you need to be aware of because they don't always do the siren. And
I know.
like here, we
Here.
just had
Yeah,
we just had a thing where we were close to an evacuation zone, and I called up a couple of the tenants and I said, "Are you thinking of evacuating?" They go, "Why?"
I don't
They didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I heard the sirens going by and going by. So I went right on and I saw
Yep.
there was a 2 to 4 acre fire that in 2 hours was over 100 acres and it got up to 300, came close to us. But we were right on the border. Oh, and we had the tsunami.
Right.
And I ended up
Yeah.
staying because I got the real peaceful feeling that we weren't in danger. But only me and one, he was out on the road. So I told him to go up high because he wouldn't have got here in time to get me. And me and one neighbor stayed. And if we had to get out, because we're only 2 blocks from the beach, we would have, and we're in an evacuation zone.
And-
But it ended up nothing. But most people are clueless to their own surroundings.
And it's
And that
It's
amazes
that
me.
awareness that she has to like prepping and making sure
Yeah, I'm a
because
little bit
if
of
it's
a
happening
prepper.
in the world, a lot of these things it can happen here, and a lot of it is happening. So
Yeah,
yeah,
our electricity's
to be
going off
prepped.
for a day.
Yeah,
and
electricity
we've
goes
got
out,
coolers
to
and-
have the generators and the ability to keep the food good and backup foods in case
Yeah,
of
we're good for a
emergencies.
month. I
She's
can't-
got all that. She's done that for a long
Long
time.
time.
So she keeps her eye on the news and
Yeah.
things happen that we can be,
Yeah.
in a good place.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
if it's something's close to my surroundings, somebody's going to tell me.
Right.
So
Sure.
I don't have to listen. But it's just certain things that if it's being told to me, I just be like, oh, okay. Like, for instance, maybe 2-3 days ago, in Louisiana, they said it was on the news that all across the state, 911 was down. How
Wow.
911 is down, I have no idea. But 911 was down.
Wow.
And when it got brought to me, I was like, oh, okay.
And you
I'm not going to bother myself with things that I have no control over because it's only going to bring anxiety to me.
Right.
So I tried not to, listen to like negativity or watch the news too much because, I just like to protect my peace. I'm like Sauce. Like, I just want it to be, roses and gumdrops all the time, but I know it can't be. But I
There
rather
you go.
spread love and positivity.
do. But
But-
good to have it'll call you to let you know.
Right.
We're in a vacuum.
Mhm.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone will let me know if it's something that I need to know.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Make the world go around.
Right.
That's what we learned to do. You can have a core understanding of the world, but every personality is different. And then
Mhm.
the best teams are the ones where everybody has skills the other one doesn't have, maybe. And you can all work together.
Yeah.
So we do that here.
So what have you two learned about love since being together that y'all didn't understand before?
You want to go first, or do you want?
About love since being together. I don't know. To me, it's I guess just the connection. It's all new to me. Like it's never been my thing. So connection and and spending time together and clear communication,
Mhm.
trying to like think of the other, you know. So these are things that I've added to my repertoire, you know, being with Deb. And so it's more your topic. So relationships and connection and all
Well,
that. So
before I met him, because I've had so many relationship, or whatever you call in a marriage, but I spent a whole year before I met him because I had journaled a lot and I was changing a lot. And I just realized, like they always say, the self love is the most important. And
That's
so
true.
I did a year of a nightly meditation that I would recommend to a lot of my clients too on self love. And it really, and then he walked in and two others, and it ended up being. But that's the most important because there's nothing anyone else can do for you.
yeah,
You have
Mhm.
yourself first. You
Yeah.
can't them to fill any little parts. Like I've got a lot of friends, and sure, it's hard if their mates die and things. But then a lot of people, when they get in a relationship, lose themselves, don't know who they are, looking for the other to provide that, and it'll never.
Mhm.
It's good to help each other, but you've got to really be secure and strong and know who you are in the inside. And then, it, it's great.
Yep. I agree. Yes. So true.
Yeah. But, it all sounded cliche,
right.
but
It's true.
it's so true.
Mhm. Yes. So yeah. So
Very
true.
true.
My girlfriends are like, I'm lonely and you're lucky. Like they're still in the fairy tale fantasy that they fed us, that the other one's going to whisk them off. And it's,
Right.
you there's a lot involved with it. And
Yep.
it is an inside job. Why be alone by yourself? I
Right.
lived
I
alone
know.
for years, and
Right.
him
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So you have to get comfortable with yourself and really be okay. And then you got to be open enough to love, know the person and love them, even if you think, what are you doing? But he's
Yeah.
still, I can't change him. I don't want to change him.
Right.
I
Yeah.
felt,
You have to love flaws and all.
yeah, all of it.
Yep.
Forever changing. Every day is different. And
Yeah. Yep.
been fun. I'm so lucky. For me, I'm so lucky. And I'll cry. I'm a cry. That we met and that we recognized each other, and we went through a lot of things to actually finally really be together. I remember one day I was in the grocery store. He's in Hawaii. I didn't really think it was ever going to happen, even though we had a thing, and I didn't think it would ever be set up enough for me to feel comfortable
Right.
to go. And I was in the grocery aisle in Ojai, and he's here, and we're on the phone. I don't know what I was looking for. Nobody was in the aisle. And all of a sudden he goes, because he's not verbal a lot, he goes, I see you as my life partner. I almost said,
Oh.
we love each other. And we had these plans, but I didn't know he was really seeing it like that. And I,
Mhm.
well, me too. And then we're like, okay. And so anyway,
But Deb, you said something that I always say. You said that sources always changing. And I always say when you're in a relationship or in a marriage, it's like you are redating that person every day. You
yeah,
are falling in and out of love with that person because that person is not the same person that there was when you first met or 5 years ago or 6 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it may be. So you have to fall in and out of love
yeah,
with the old person and then in love with the new person. So I'm glad you did say that because yeah, that's true.
yeah.
And if you're with someone and they are not changing, I would
Right,
say get out that relationship.
right,
Like you don't want to be with somebody that's the same person that they was 5
right,
years ago or 10 years ago when you
right.
first met them.
But
So
that's
yeah.
saying you either grow together or grow apart. And we
Mhm.
made agreement when this all started. We call it agreements, and we will both be with each other till one or both of us chooses not to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, we keep choosing, yes, this is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this. Yes, it's going good for both of us. But,
Oh, yes.
but it isn't. Some days I'm like, I'm the one, I'm more the runner. I'm the one that, okay, I can't take this anymore. And he's like, oh God, here we go. And I guess menopause or whatever. And then I go through because and then I'm always asking him, are we on the same page? Like what I usually just need to hear from him is yes, it's worth it. Yes, this is difficult. I see you're having a hard time. It's gonna work out. And it always does. I'm a big believer in that too. It
Mm-hmm.
works out as long as we're here, no matter which way anything goes. I always think the best, it's hard to say this because I know so many people go through hard things, me included, but it always works out to our favor the way it's supposed to be. And I don't even know if I know how to explain that right because I don't want it to sound harsh to people that are really,
No, you explained it right. And I don't think it was harsh at all. Sometimes harsh is good though, Sometimes people need harsh.
yeah, yeah,
If it's the truth.
yeah, yeah. Oh. I know. I get in trouble. Well, I used to when I was young, and even they used to say no filter. I just say it how it is. And I always say, even with my intuitions, I'm usually about 80%, but I always say, I may not be right. And all my girlfriends used to say, whenever you say, but I may not be right, that's always when you're right. But you can't know.
That's me too. Well, I always been the type of person that didn't have a filter. Like what I thought is what I said. I was
Right,
very direct. But as I got older, I'm still direct, but I know how to say it more nicely than I
right.
did when I was younger. When I was younger, I didn't care if it offended you. But now, I try to take people feelings into consideration because nowadays there's so much going on. You
Yeah,
don't know what that person is dealing with. So, I still be direct, but I just try to say it like, a little nicer, if I can.
yeah. Yeah, gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah. So, sis always asks.
Do you guys have anything upcoming that you want to share with us before we wrap up today?
It's YouTube world.
Uh, yeah, for me, it's just mostly YouTube. But then, yeah, always trying to at some point, get a home,
Yeah, we're
condo or
working.
a town
Yes,
if possible.
I found what do you call it? A
There's
grant?
a program, yeah. New homeowners.
First time home
Oh, yes.
Okay.
pay 30% of your income towards the mortgage.
Right. Each
So
month,
we're
yeah.
we haven't found out if we're accepted yet.
Right.
Because that would get us in a condo, not,
Condo or
homes are like
town.
million dollars here. It would get us in a condo before we could own a
Right.
couple years early.
Yeah.
Other than that, staying here, he's talking of selling the owner. We don't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Mhm.
Now we're kind of staying put, and we've got another month to see if we're accepted for that program. And if
Right.
we are, we'll stay put. And if not, we'll just
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
see if
happens.
we stay here,
And
or we'll
see if
see if
another
there's
permanent.
maybe a
Well, we'll stay in
two-bedroom out
Maui.
there for us or
Yeah,
something.
we'd love it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the type of person I am, I always like to speak positive. So y'all are accepted. We just waiting for them to tell y'all
That's
accepted.
right.
I agree. I think so too. Yeah.
So we want to thank the heartbeats for always
Aw,
heart beating.
I
in
love
the
that.
chat. I know. We want to thank Deb and Dorian. Thank y'all so much for coming on Love Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
80.
Yes. And sis, you have anything to say before we close out?
No, just thank you guys for being here. Y'all were awesome.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Oh, hi.
Everybody.
Love talk, it's love talk with awesome Louie. gets deep, but we still love and laugh. Let's talk, let's chat.